Natasha McCrae, your Love CEO. I am here for you to get your life right with the foundation of all things love. All things love. I want to talk to you about what you can do when you feel like giving up. So this morning, I guess I woke up at about 5:40, and when I rolled over, I woke up and I felt like I don't want to do this today. I want to get back in, like just stay in the bed, pull the covers over my head and stay in the bed. And I began to lay there and assess because I had taken this weekend to do some self-care. I have great self-care regimen, and I took the time this weekend to do some self-care, to check in with me. And so I laid there and I thought to myself, you're going to stay in bed all day today, and that's okay. And some days it is okay, but that was not okay for me today. There are a lot of things that I have that God has enlisted me to do in this world. I have been chosen to show up in a certain way. And I find that over the last, I don't know, since I had COVID back in July, there have been moments of just not being inspired, not being motivated to do anything. So I laid there and the sun started to come in the window, and it's just a little crack because I have my blinds closed and I'm thinking I'm going to keep these blinds closed all day and just stay in bed. I don't have nothing on my calendar. I have a 3 o'clock call that I can reschedule. I was so ready to post up in bed all day. But then I said, this is not what you're called to do today. I want to make sure anyone who's hearing this, there may be times where you need to give yourself some grace and do that. But there are also times when you are on the cusp of something grand, and being on the cusp of that big thing, there are going to be situations that shake you. There are going to be your mind, you're going to have mind games going on. There are going to be tricks that the trick of the enemy, y'all, that make you believe that you need to check out. Hi, Yvette. Hi, Chidel. That you need to check out when in fact it's time that you check in. And we have to know you have to have the toolbox in order to pull yourself up during those times. And I'm going to give you some tools that you can carry with you, but it isn't always easy. I know that for sure. I literally set my alarm. I was like, I think I'm just going to go back to sleep for a couple of hours. I said, "Hey, don't I think I set my alarm for like 9 or something." And so I sat there and I just kept hearing the touchstones of the things that I should be doing in life, the things that God has enlisted me to do, the things that I know are the burning desires in my heart. And today wasn't one of those days for me to stay up in the bed. It just was not. And I said, okay, what's the quickest way to change my mood? And that's to get my blood going. Sometimes I'll jump out of bed and do a dance party, but today I just jumped out of bed, barely brushed my teeth, and just went straight for a 45-minute walk. And that was what I needed when I did not want to. There's also the accountability, having things planned. Y'all know I got the 7-minute Monday motivation planned every week. Having things planned will generally put a little bit of fire under your feet. Having accountability, having the phone calls that you need to make, or your accountability partners are going to check in with the things that you said were the desires of your heart. You have to have that in place. And if you don't have it in place now, today, make it a point to call your girl, call somebody and say, yo, I'm gonna need that accountability. And don't be afraid to ask for the accountability. So, rolled out of bed, brushed my teeth. On the way downstairs, I turned on all of I have a couple of what do you call those things? Hey Series, basically. I have a couple of those in my house. So I literally turn them on to gospel music because that changes the atmosphere. Praise and worship music changes the atmosphere, whether you like it or not. You have to know this. Even if that is not your skilo, if that's not your thing, I encourage you to just put it on in the background. So I put it on my TV downstairs. I put it on in my bedroom. It is on in my office. It's playing real low right now, but that's what I had to do.
Sorry, I can't do that on your Apple Watch.
I don't know what you're trying to do right now, but yeah, I guess maybe she heard me talking and then just took all them instructions when I said her name. But I want to encourage you, when you want to give up, it's you got to do an assessment. You got to do an assessment. You have to ask, like, is this really what I need in this moment? Some days it might be. Let's not front. But there are those days where you got to have to dig a little deep. There are those days where you are going to have to show up for yourself. You got to show up for yourself, show up for the vision that you have for yourself, show up for the dreams that you've written down in your journal, show up for the stories that you've told your friends of what you're going to accomplish this year. Show up. Like me, I got to admit, I'm very proud of myself. My mood has shifted. My mood has shifted. It's crazy. My mood has shifted. And I want to thank you all for that. Thank you for showing up to the 7 Minute Monday Motivation. I look forward to connecting with y'all more. I hope to see you in our community. We have our Love CEO community where you get inspiration, motivation. You check in on Wednesdays. We have so much going on, masks and mimosas that happen. And now we have the app where you get daily self-care activations. I demystify self-care for you. All right. So I want to make sure that you all tune in, that you join us. You can go to theloveceo.com if you want to join us in our private community. Yeah, you got to know when to push and know when to rest. That's what Yvette Burnside said. All righty. I love y'all. Go out and make it an amazing week. Bye.